A man named Daniel had just received a terrible diagnosis from his doctor. He had to go to the grocery store after it was all done because that was on his to-do list, and he was going through the different aisles of the store just shaking with fear. He'd been told he's got Parkinson's disease. He wondered, how long before my life is going to begin to become unstable? What would this mean for my family, my wife and my kids? He was in a pretty dark place, and then he heard laughter nearby. It got his attention, and it was a man pushing a giggling boy in a wheelchair. The man leaned over and whispered something to his son, who could not stop smiling. Objectively, he was noticeably worse off than Keith, and yet he and his dad were finding joy right where they could. And the Apostle Paul went through the same thing as he wrote from prison many times. In fact, in Philippians, he actually was in chains, and yet he really was joyful even though he had no right to be. Nero was a wicked man who had a growing reputation for violence and cruelty. Paul was a threat, and Nero was a threat to Paul. Paul knew this, but he chose to rejoice, and he told the Philippians to follow his example. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. And so even though your situation today might be really bleak, Jesus is with you now, and he's guaranteed you a glorious future.
Thank you for listening to Encouragement. If you've been refreshed, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share a little encouragement with someone you love. Encouragement is a podcast from Family Radio. These moments are just a taste of what you can hear every day. Listen at familyradio.org or find more encouragement on the Family Radio app.